Hey guys, Zomfox here, and yesterday, former Michigan Panthers kicker Jake Bates kicked a game-winning field goal for the Lions against the undefeated Minnesota Vikings. This was an insane moment for Lions fans, as the Minnesota Vikings were one of just two remaining undefeated teams, and the Lions pulled it off. They got the, some would say upset, some wouldn't, but the win over the undefeated Vikings, or formerly undefeated Vikings, thanks to a former spring football player. Now, this game as a whole, when you look at it, was a very, very close battle, right? Their time of possession was almost identical. Within, 2 minutes is insane. Their yardage was less than 10 yards apart. They both had one turnover, and the only real difference in the main four stats was that the Vikings had a whole whopping 3 less first downs. It was insane. Even the quarterback battle was somewhat close. As well, granted, Jared Goff did really outplay Sam Darnold. It wasn't like Darnold was bad. He went 22 of 27 for 259, though he did have the one interception, which really hurt his passer rating. And then rushing the ball, they were pretty similar there too. The Lions had a couple more yards, but took more attempts, but had 2 TDs versus the Vikings 1. And it was a crazy thing. Look, the Vikings had a 10-0 lead, then the Lions had an unbelievable second quarter, and in the fourth quarter, it looked like it was going to be over. The Vikings had put up 3 scoring drives, 2 field goals, and then they had a fumble return touchdown by former Cincinnati Bearcat Ivan Pace Jr., but they failed the 2-point conversion. The failed 2-point conversion is what essentially allowed for a potential game-winning field goal. The Lions would have to get into field goal range to make it, of course, which, well, they did. And Jake Bates kicked it, and he made it. Jake Bates made the 44-yard field goal. That was the only field goal he had all game, and it was the game winner. This was a massive moment for spring football and for Jake Bates, obviously, and the Lions. Look, Jake Bates is now currently 10 of 10 on field goals across the season. He is perfect, and he has only missed one single extra point attempt, with that one extra point attempt being a 20 out of 21. So he's only missed one and has got a less than 5% miss rate. That's insane. I mean, he is almost a perfect kick overall. He is currently 30 of 31, which is insane. And this is a guy that people actually had concerns about in training camp and even in the preseason, despite having a couple clutch field goals. Yet all he's done throughout the season is prove that he's that guy. Look, he had a couple weeks where he didn't kick like any field goals, but then he had that crazy game against the Cowboys last week, and now this past weekend, he just kicked a game-winning field goal for the Lions against the Vikings. This is exactly what you want to see. It shows that the Lions are getting more and more faith and trust in their kicker. It's showing that spring football does work. As the Michigan Panthers, of course, did a bunch of press stuff with it, changing their name on Twitter. The Lions are even talking about the USFL's Panthers on it. They tagged USFL Panthers, which obviously is the UFL's Michigan Panthers. And it's been overall great for Bates. Him talking about his story of how he thought he was going to be done with football 18 months ago to getting a game ball. It was an incredible story, all things considered. And it really shows that spring football does work again. I know we talk about kickers a lot from these, spring football to NFL videos, but it's because it's been the position that's worked the most, right? We've had guys like Younghoe Koo, Nick Folk from the AAF. We had Brandon Aubrey from the USFL, and now we have Jake Bates from the UFL. We have an eighth of all kickers in the NFL being former spring football guys, and Jake Bates is proving to be another addition to the elite kickers of the NFL, slowly but surely. But overall, that'll do it. This has been Zomfox. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to see a cool moment in channel history, go look at the VOD I had of my my Carolina Panthers Washington Commanders game. I have it on my live stream area. I should have a playlist about it afterwards, and check the pinned comment. I got raided by Tom Grossi, yes, the Tom Grossi, during that stream, and it was a crazy moment. We are officially on the countdown to 1,000 subscribers. We are less than 100 away. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, since we are doing a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. If you've been a fan of the channel for a while, think about becoming a community member. And as always, guys, have a great night.